Says I'm live. Don't see the button yet. I'll assume I'm live. There we go. All right. Randy Curvin, and this is Randy's Rant, the True Patriots group for the 1st of February. All right. I wanted to start out. Hy-Vee now has the N95 mask. Let me see if it shows it on there. Could have sworn it showed it. Oh, it does. It's sideways. It's sideways on there, N95. And that's from Hy-Vee. And I suppose they had them over the weekend because I saw it set up back there, but I didn't know they could have been pushing some of the Mark Wahlberg's products and stuff. That's what I've seen tables set up before. Hello, Michael, my brother in Independence. Hello, John S. in West Virginia. Hello, Nancy. All right. Like I said, I've got 3 of these. I'm going to be wearing one very soon. As soon as I get through here, I've got to. Hello, Carol. I've got to get over to Hy-Vee and get us something to eat. So now I've got a good, safe mask. Tested it out earlier. When I get it pressed on the nose area better, it's not as likely to steam up my glasses when I've got it on properly. It's a fine mask and works very well. So, President Biden, thank you for getting them out there. All right, let's get down to it. Like I've been thinking about here, it's more or less sometimes when I come on, it's I'll think of something. Let's start out today with the upcoming battle of the GOP for Biden's pick for the Supreme Court, a black woman. How is this any different than Reagan picking the first woman to the Supreme Court, Sandra Day O'Connor? There's no difference. But if you look at my post, Susan Collins thinks there's the difference, and she's going to support Trump in 2024. Amazing. He called her wacky in his Save America. I believe it's about the legislation on the electoral college count. And he called her wacky, and boy, she turned around very fast. And then there's Ted Cancun Cruz, called Biden promised to nominate the first black woman to the Supreme Court, offensive and insulting. No, Ted, you're offensive and insulting to the people of Texas. You are a brown noser for Donnie. You have no character to let the orange black buffoon talk about your wife like he did. Senator Wicker, you figure, Mississippi Republican, that would be a beneficiary of affirmative action. Damn, these people are not worth a shit. And I will keep saying what is true, and the grifter is out there with his rallies and helping his own self with Save America Grift Shop, January 30th. And this was right after he called Susan Collins wacky. Actually, what they are saying is that Mike Pence did have the right to change the outcome. And now they want to take that right away Unfortunately, he didn't exercise that power. He could have overturned the election. That is a fucking lie. He was told so by good advice, and he didn't do it. Now we see why Collins is saying that she might support the former. You know damn well she would after she got called wacky by the orange idiot. Oh, I don't know about you, but that makes me feel better beating the hell out of him. All right, I can skip that part. I already told you about it. Okay. And here's what he said. Wacky Susan Collins are desperately trying to pass legislation that will not allow the vice president to change the results of the election. This shows Susan Collins wanting to hold on to power, baby. That's what she's doing now because she is on the bad side of Donnie. Can they get any lower? And she knows he's delusional, but he's now scared her back into the camp of the big lie. I want everyone to think about that. What this former twice impeached president did at his rally. And I happen to know I have a lot of views on either Facebook or this YouTube show by Republicans. And you need to listen to what I say. At his Texas rally, he's defending the insurrectionists who beat the police and hunted lawmakers in the halls of Congress, saying that he would pardon those if he can't do it any other way who attacked police and those that chanted hang Mike Pence. And at that same rally, Donnie called black prosecutors investigating him radical, vicious, racist, and that our elections are corrupt. Calling for protests in New York, Washington, D.C., and Atlanta, Georgia. Protest my ass. He's calling for violence in his statement that our elections are corrupt. Think about it. He's calling black prosecutors racist against white people. Playing the victim. Damn him. Okay. My Republican friends, let that sink in. Your silence is deafening right now. You can come to my thing, get in the room, or after comments, make a comment. Tell me what's going on in your minds. Damn, just look at Susan Collins said on this week, on Sunday, with George Stephanopoulos. And what she said was that Biden pledged to nominate a black woman in South Carolina, politicizing it, where Reagan promised to have the first woman on the Supreme Court. What she said is an abrupt change after the Don called her wacky. What she said didn't, and another thing is, what she said didn't make any damn sense. And everybody can look at the videotape. It was October 14th, 1980. And how is that any different that he announced it at a debate, just like uh, President Biden did? Damn. Susan Collins of Maine is a coward and playing the blame game, but that Biden politicized uh, that kind of statement seems to me like you should see through her, my Republican friends in the state of Maine. She's scared of the former calling her names. And I remember on one of the impeachments, she thought he had learned his lesson. Out of 115 justices of the Supreme Court, there have been 108 white men, 2 black men, 5 women, 4 of them white, and 1 Latino. 0 black women. Truth matters. Our democracy depends on it. Justice matters. Here's a little tidbit of truth from my daughter, Tara Hawkins, in Georgia. The United States Postal System mail has been found dumped in the woods instead of being delivered. We are not hearing about that across the country. And she said it was limited to, they mentioned it one time in Atlanta, Georgia. It's happening out in her area also. And she also said, as far as COVID-19, Georgia is back into a red zone. There's a lot out there we are not hearing, brothers and sisters. And last week, Mark Short, Mike Pence's former chief of staff, testified before the select committee last Wednesday. He was there when the scheme of the fake electors was presented to Pence. The session with Mark Short described as lengthy. We already know that Pence didn't accept those letters as being the real thing. Sources tell CNN Trump advisors drafted more than one executive order to seize the voting machines. One, of course, was the Department of Defense, and the other one was the Homeland Security Department. He didn't sign either of them, but they were drafted, and it is thought that Michael Flynn and an Army general were the authors. We will be learning more about that in the news dump tonight. The farmer is again projecting everything that he is, he projects onto black prosecutors, the Democratic Party, because they're prosecuting him. He is, ladies and gentlemen, a despot, the most corrupt president we have ever had. Both Republicans and Democrats should rightly be enraged by this, emboldeningly bragging about being above the law. And he made an admission that's what he wanted Pence to do. So he admitted that he thinks he's above the law and he's grifting off of that from his supporters' pockets. And do I need to remind people this is the second rally? This was another rally that he proposed to white people are at the back of the line for medical care. Another rally in racist troves, my friend. Give me a fucking break. And at that point, I will take a fucking break. Damn. Let me look down through the comments. Hello, Mary. She's also out of West Virginia. Oh, you getting ready for the storm too? That's part of the reason I'm going out because the temperature is dropping like a rock here. It went from a high of 41. It's now down at 34 with a north wind of 14 miles an hour. It already feels like it's 25 out there. Yeah. Oh, I want to see an orange jumpsuit on that man, even though he thinks that he can stop it with his protest. What we're going to see, more than likely, when they prosecute him, uh, he's going to sick his damn supporters in Atlanta, Georgia, and D.C., and New York, and we can expect to see violence just like we saw on January 6th. That's what he wants. He thinks he can get his way if he has his supporters raise enough hell. It ain't gonna work. You're not fooling anybody, you big dumbass, fat ass son of a bitch. All right, that's about all I've got. Uh, Let me do that again. All right, I feel a little better after that. All right, I will let you go at this time. Yeah, it was. I think it was 39 here, Michael, at about that same time. It's about time Grace gets up, and it went up to 41, but it rapidly came down 2 degrees at a time. So I figure before it shows the snow over us now, but what it's doing is moistening the atmosphere. We're supposed to have a low of 11 degrees and a high of 16 tomorrow. So I'm prepared to see more of the white stuff. All right. I want you to go down, like, and share. If you're new out there, you like what you're hearing, you're going to be hearing me 22 and 24. We have to have peace, resist, persist, and I insist. We point out all of the Republican lies, particular. Uh, I don't worry about Dummy. He's already paying black people to sit in his rallies. He's done that before. He got caught on Craigslist and other sources that they were wanting black people to be in his rallies because he can't get any to sit there unless he pays them. All right. Like I said, that's about all I've got. And have a good, safe evening. Try to be in at the meeting later, but Grace and I are first. I've got to go get the emergency supplies and get those here in the house. Eat something. It's been a long day. And when I get through with that, uh, I will attend the meeting, at least drop in, get it shared. All right. Have a great evening. I appreciate every one of you. I love the chat room and being able to look at what you're saying. And right, Michael, give it that like button. If you're new, subscribe. And always, always help me help the blue wave by sharing this shit. I'll see you a little bit later on this evening. Have a good one. And thank you for being here. Share this shit. Share this shit, please.